Alright, so today we are going to be talking about our very last character when it comes to the weapon versus their constellation, YELAN. Now we have done Hu Tao and I'll hate them already, and once I'll hate them leaves, we're just going to have Hu Tao and YELAN, and these are our characters for the rest of the patch. So this is the end of the patch pretty much, or is the halfway point, and we're going to be getting into Daya very soon, which I'm very excited for. But let's get straight into the video. One thing before I get into the video, even though I just hope we get straight into it, I'd very much appreciate a sub if you have been enjoying the content, if you've been using this, if it's been a great guide for you or great information to know. I'd appreciate a sub. It'd be really nice. And also, one last thing, if you're watching this video from when it was uploaded or around the time it was uploaded, I should be streaming on twitch.tv/REHOO right now. Go ahead and join the link in the description. Go ahead and follow the channel. If I'm not live, I should be though. And go over there and say hi. Can't wait to see y'all over there. I'm going to be streaming the Lantern Ride event type stuff and whatever the Lisa event is, because I have no idea what we're supposed to do in that, and I just gotta speedrun the Lantern Ride stuff. So other than that, oh, and Spiral Abyss, because I gotta get that done as well. But other than that, make sure you know to sub. Go over there, drop a follow on the Twitch, come over there and say hi. I can't wait to see y'all over there. But go ahead and start with the video. So YELAN. For YELAN, we are going to be talking about her C1 versus her signature weapon, the Aqua Simulacra. Now, the one thing I want to say about this comparison is that while Hu Tao's weapon versus constellations was based on the aspect of her constellation basically fixing her gameplay kinda, although it's not terrible, it's a little bit rigid, it's a little bit harder to play with without C1. YELAN is not really that kind of character. YELAN's already a complete kit character and pretty much a perfect character standalone with C0. And then of course her signature weapon, the Aqua Simulacra, is a really good crit damage weapon with a really nice passive. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Aqua Simulacra real quick, because it's gonna be the fastest way, or the fastest option of the two to explain. So of course the Aqua Simulacra with a base attack of 475 and a crit damage of 80.4, which is very high. It's a really good stat stick for a lot of different units. The passive is HP is increased by 16%, and when there are opponents nearby, the damage dealt by the wielder of this weapon is increased by 20%. Now, a thing we like to look at when we talk about these weapons is that, is there any substitutions for the Aqua Simulacra? Well, we do have the Thundering Pulse with a much higher base attack but a little bit lower crit damage, so that can work. Other than that, we have the Blackcliff Bow, which I'm not 100% sure if I have, so we're not going to be looking at that. The Blackcliff Bow as well as another crit damage bow. So there are other crit damage options when it comes to a bow. And now talking about YELAN, we're probably going to be talking about why the Aqua Simulacra isn't going to be probably the best bet when it comes to choosing between the constellation versus her weapon. And this is because YELAN has surprisingly a lot of different options to be able to use when it comes to her weapon. Not only do you have the other crit options such as the Thundering Pulse, the Blackcliff Bow, and of course your signature weapon, the Aqua Simulacra, but you also have more utility style type weapons. You have the Favonius Warbow to help with energy recharge and help get some more energy for the team. You also have stuff like the Stringless, helps with the elemental mastery, helps with the DPS when it comes to elemental skill and burst damage, especially if you have it R5. You're going to be getting that a boost by 48%. Sacrificial Bow works as well. Energy recharge, you can get a second E for free. Hey, this is a free C1 for you right there. There's actually a lot of different options, and of course one thing that many people might not actually have, the Fading Twilight, which is I think her best free-to-play weapon to date, because not only does it sport an energy recharge main stat, which she's probably going to need to get her burst up constantly, but it also busts her attack when she's off the field. So it's actually really cool. Especially when you're dealing damage with this, is going to increase the damage dealt, as it goes, and it stays on no matter if they're on the field or not. So it's really cool. This is basically Aqua Simulacra not 2.0, but 0.5 or whatever, because it's almost the same thing, just energy recharge stat. So yeah, YELAN has a lot of different bows that she can use, and with that being said, it's a little bit hard to, I get to say, full go send into, the Aqua Simulacra is worth pulling. There are a lot of different options. Like I said, you have the Thundering Pulse, Blackcliff Bow. The Aqua Simulacra are going to be, universal type weapons, because the Aqua Simulacra sports such a high crit damage stat that you can put this on any main DPS and they're going to probably go crazy with it. Same with the sub DPS. And the passive is useful for everyone because it's just going to be HP increase and then a damage dealt increase when you're nearby enemies. So this bow is a really good stat stick. Now, like I said, there are a lot of replacements that you can use for YELAN, and you can use a 3-star bow, which is the recurve bow for the HP main stat. So yeah, there's a lot of different options that you can use for her weapon. So off the rip, I'm just gonna say that yeah, the weapon isn't as valuable as the Homo would be when talking about Staff of Homo versus C1. Now for YELAN, her C1 is actually quite busted in my opinion. I think it's one of her best value options. If you have the funds for it, if you have the primo gems for it, I might suggest it because her C1 gives her an additional E, or her skill. So she's gonna have 2 different charges, as you see on the bottom right. You have 2 different charges of this E, and you can of course chain them together. You can wait for this to run out, and this is really good for exploration. While one is down, the other charges back up, and you basically have unlimited stamina. You will forever be able to run because stamina regens when you're in this state, and you're gonna be going pretty far with this. So yeah, having a double E is amazing, especially when you're going against bosses or multiple enemies, because guess what, her normal energy recharge, or her normal energy regeneration, you're not gonna only have 1 4-particle charge, you're gonna have 2 4-particle charges. You're gonna end up getting 8 particles back if you double click the skill. So that is very great when it comes to YELAN as a character, because guess what that means? You can run a lot less energy recharge, and having a lot less energy recharge, that means you get to free up some stats. You don't have to rock energy recharge stance, but more specifically, you can rock more crit rate or crit damage or HP main stat artifacts, or different substat artifacts, so that you can boost the damage on your boost your damage on your YELAN. It's really good to see that with that C1 you get a whole extra slot of freedom when it comes to how should I build YELAN, and you don't have to stack energy recharge that hard because you will be getting a lot of ease throughout its cooldown because of it having 2 of them. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, so YELAN very strong at C1. She does have other great constellations. I think most of her constellations are all absolutely amazing. But other than that, shoot, I would just go ahead and say that the Aqua Simulacra loses by a large margin to C1. This isn't that hard of a option to think of, but yeah, having that double E, freeing up that energy recharge, because you're going to be gaining so many particles from having a double E. You're going to have infinite stamina because you will be using this, run, and then the skill again, run, the skill again, run, the skill again. You're never going to run out. It's absolutely freaking amazing. So other than that, that's pretty much it for YELAN in C1 versus Aqua Simulacra. It's not even close. The bows options that YELAN has, there are so many. You got the sacrificial bow, you have the Borneo sword bow, you have the twilight bow. I forgot the name of it already. You have all of these different types of bows, and it's gonna help her by a lot anyway. And having that C1 just frees up even more energy recharge that you would have had to have if you didn't have the E or Constellation 1. So other than that, if you have the primo gems, if you have the funds, if you have whatever, having this double E is going to help so much, or having this double skill, because wow, with the damage she can pull out, you can use 2 of them at the same time. Maybe they have a bunch of pyro on them, and guess what, you're hitting for like 30-40k twice, and you can do stuff like this where, whoa, you can do stuff like this where you're just like 1 and then 2, see the 30k, and then of course 9k. Look at that, from 2 E's I got almost ult, and I don't know how far I was already, but it's because I'm rocking trash energy recharge. But imagine if I had more energy recharge, I probably would have had ult in that 2 E's that I already had. So yeah, there's no waiting. The C1 is amazing. It overpasses, yo, get away from me. It overpasses the weapon by a large margin. So other than that, that's pretty much it for C1 versus Aqua Simulacra. C1 wins by a long margin. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Like I said, I'm probably going to be streaming around 12 p.m. EST. If you're still watching this video, you should be able to click the link in the description and see that I'm streaming. But other than that, see y'all guys in the next one, and peace.